God, zealous missionary, man of the church, friend and guide of the youth, hope of the poor. Father Claude was born at Bendo in Mangalore on 24th of June 1931. As the fourth child in a family of 8, the D'Souza's brought up Claude with special love and hope. Significant feature of his life is that he studied in more than one well-known institution. He always enjoyed variety from childhood. He made his first vows and pledged to be grounded in the charism of the Society of Jesus, as he was charmed by the works of St. Francis Xavier. He continued his childhood desire for variety even in the society as he got several opportunities. He went to Italy for theology,
My closest association with Claude is when we worked together in Ashirwad. We were 5 years together in Ashirwad. He was the director. I was teaching in the college, staying with him. And I remember that time there was a big violence in the slums of Bangalore, especially against women as a result of this Kannada-Tamil conflict. He came from there as rector here, and I was here at that time. And in some way, when he came here, it was a big difference. Because St. Joseph's was highly institutionalized. We hardly spoke about the poor. And Claude's greatest contribution is conscientizing the community in terms of larger concerns of the poor in Karnataka.
I met Father Claude before even I heard of Society of Jesus. While I was at home during my college studies, I saw Father Claude and used to come to my place and animate the sisters for the social work. As far as I remember, after joining the society also, my association with him and what I know him as man dreamt too big.
You know, another revealing aspect of Claude is the kind of contacts he has got, especially with the poorest of the poor and those who are working for him.
At that particular time, he really supplied a kind of information that today is more easily available through RTI or many other sources. But in those days, many governmental publications were not available to the common man. And we would source them and bring about a kind of brochures on each of the districts of Karnataka and supply to the groups that were there, and then make them to avail of the government facilities that were there for the people and make use of it. And that was a very big service.
Father Claude has been largely responsible for the province to listen to the cries of the poor and the needy. In fact, the deliberations that we make, the decisions that we arrive at, and the reflections that take place in the decision-making bodies is by and large influenced even today by Claude's thinking and his vision. He is one of those pioneers of our province who has given a new thrust after Vatican II to the ministries in the province, and not only to our province. In fact, his influence has been felt even in other congregations, especially women congregations. Sometimes I wonder, where does this energy come from? I'm sure all of us agree that this energy is from a basic source of his communion with God. God, not the transcendental one, but the God who is immanent, who is involved in the history of humankind. And this God, whom he has discovered in his own life and in his prayer, somehow influences his own life. That's why Claude can remain so simple, ever energetic, enthusiastic, and always fresh. I wish for the Claude many more years of God's service in the Society of Jesus and in the priesthood.
So, if you have to ask me, is there somebody in somewhere who has lived Decree 4 of the 32nd General Congregation? I would think it's not. Golden Jubilee is a time where a person makes a personal statement to all of us. And I would think it's an occasion for us, all of us, more than Claude, to explore the statement that he has made through his life, especially by working for the poorest, marginalized, in a non-formal way.
He just became God's glory among the poor. He loved, lived, and listened to the poor. He just made God's plan his own. He dreamt and dreamt big, always with a new mind and new heart.